Hi, hello, and what's up? This is English Tips with Teacher T, the English podcast to help you learn English efficiently and in a cool way. Let's go. Problem. You really want to improve your English vocabulary, but when you don't know a word, you have to use a translator. That's called the Translator Trap, where you're always translating into your native language. This can help in some ways, and in other ways, it just confuses you. It makes you always go back to your native language, and sometimes things get lost in translation. Some words just don't exist in English that you may have in your native language. So it's not quite right. Sometimes it's off, and especially if you're just using a translator, you may just have a completely wrong translation of something. So, how do we fix this? How do we improve your vocabulary and get you new words in English without using a translator? Solution. So there are a few solutions to this problem. All right, so the first thing you can do, you can use a dictionary. Instead of translating to your native language, you can look in English in the English dictionary for the word that you don't know, the definition, and try to find any words that you understand when it comes to that definition. The next way is context, or what are the things happening around this word in the sentence? Analyze everything around the situation. You can actually guess. What could it mean? For example, if I tell you I haven't had any water all day, I'm so parched, you may guess I'm thirsty. And parched means thirsty. You didn't have to use a translator or a dictionary. So, to learn a new word, use what you know and use what you have. For example, if you're watching a TV series, look at the surrounding, look at what's going on. Use your eyes to see what's happening in the scene and try to guess what the word means. Just like when you were a child and you heard a new word you didn't know, you would look at the situation. What do I see? Okay, is someone smiling? Are they frowning? Are they happy? Are they sad? Before you ever touch a dictionary, first look at the context. Look around at the clues. What do I see? How do I feel about this word? Okay, did they yell the word? Did they whisper the word? Is someone crying when they say the word? All those things matter for context. Okay? So to recap, we have learning a new word. You can use a dictionary, English dictionary. Before that, you would actually use the context and see what's going on around you. Now, these things aren't easy, but it helps you to develop your language learning. We want to stay away from translators because we want to stay in English. Imagine you didn't know any other language. You only knew English. How would you learn new words? You would have to look at context, situations, and use dictionaries. So let's do that now. This will be the first step of you going deeper into your English. And it's a wonderful tip. You can apply it to any language you're learning when it comes to not using the translator. And also, just to be honest, translators can have a lot of mistakes because translators, you try to go word for word, but words mean different things in context and in situations. Keep that in mind. It's always about context. And really, you will surprise yourself with how much you understand when you start using all of your senses and looking at the context. All right? Well, that's the tip. Let's go. Thanks for listening. Once again, this is English Tips with Teacher T signing off. We'll see you next time. Go on.